Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's time for Jubilees. So, go ahead and grab your Dead Sea Scroll Bible and we'll get her going, okay? Alright, I hope everybody's had a great Shabbat and getting ready for the week. We're in full swing, ain't we? Oh yeah. Alright, so tonight we'll be doing Jubilees 22, 23, and 24. Okay? So, let's get started tonight. The Book of Jubilees, chapter 22. In the first week, in the 44th Jubilee, in the second year, that is, the year in which Abraham died, Isaac and Ishmael came from the well of the oath to celebrate the Feast of Weeks, which is the feast of the firstfruits of the harvest, to Abraham their father. And Abraham rejoiced because his two sons had come. So firstfruits, they're right after Pesach. So that's interesting. Verse 2. Isaac had many possessions in Beersheba, and Isaac desired to go and see his possessions, and to return to his father. In those days Ishmael came to see his father, and they both came together, and Isaac offered a sacrifice for a burnt offering, and presented it on the altar of his father that he made in Hebron. He offered a thanks offering, and made a feast of joy in the presence of Ishmael his brother, and Rebekah made new cakes from the new grain, and gave them to Jacob her son, to take them to Abraham his father, for the firstfruits of the land, that he might eat, and bless the Creator of all things before he died. Isaac also sent Jacob to Abraham with an offering of his best for thanks, so that he might eat and drink. He ate and drank, and blessed the Most High Yahweh, who has created heaven and earth, who has made all fat things of the earth, and given them to the children of men, that they might eat and drink, and bless their Elohim. And now I give thanks to you, my Elohim, because you have caused me to see this day. Behold, I am 163 years, an old man, and full of days, and all my days have been peace to me. The sword of the adversary has not overcome me in all that you have given me and my children all the days of my life until this day. My Elohim, may your mercy and your peace be on your servant, and on the offspring of his sons, that they might be to you a chosen nation, and an inheritance from among all the nations of the earth, from now on to all the days of the generations of the earth, to all the ages. He called Jacob, and said, My son Jacob, may Yahweh of all bless you and strengthen you to do righteousness, and his will before him, and may he choose you and your offspring, that you may become a people for his inheritance according to his will always. My son Jacob, draw near and kiss me. And he drew near and kissed him. And he said, Blessed be my son Jacob, and all the sons of Yahweh Most High, to all the ages. May Elohim give to you an offspring of righteousness, and some of your sons may he sanctify throughout the whole earth. May nations serve you, and all the nations bow themselves before your offspring. Be strong in the presence of men, and exercise authority over all the offspring of Seth. Then your ways and the ways of your sons will be justified, so that they shall become a holy nation. May the Most High Elohim give you all the blessings with which he has blessed me, and he blessed Noah and Adam. May they rest on the sacred head of your offspring from generation to generation forever. May he cleanse you from all unrighteousness and impurity, so that you may be forgiven all the transgressions which you have committed ignorantly. May he strengthen you and bless you. May you inherit the whole earth, and may he renew his covenant with you, so that you may be to him a nation for his inheritance for all the ages, and so that he may be to you and to your offspring an Elohim in truth and righteousness throughout all the days of the earth. My son Jacob, remember my words. Observe the commandments of Abraham, your father. Separate yourself from the nations, and do not eat with them. Do not emulate their works, and do not associate with them, because their works are unclean, and all their ways are pollution, and an abomination, and uncleanness. They offer their sacrifice to the dead, and then they worship evil spirits, and they eat over the graves, and all their works are empty and nothingness. They have no heart to understand, and their eyes do not see what their works are, and how they go astray by saying to a piece of wood, you are my Elohim, and to a stone, you are my Elohim, and you are my deliverer, because the stone and wood have no heart. And as for you, my son Jacob, the Most High, Yahweh, help you, and the Elohim of heaven bless you, and remove you from their uncleanness and from all their error. Jacob, be warned. Do not take a wife from any offspring of the daughters of Canaan, for all his offspring are to be rooted out of the earth. Because of the transgression of Ham, Canaan erred, and all his offspring shall be destroyed from the earth, including any remnant of it, and none springing from him shall exist except on the day of judgment. And as for all the worshippers of idols and the profane, there shall be no hope for them in the land of the living, and no one on earth will remember them, for they shall descend into the abode of the dead, and they shall go into the place of condemnation. As the children of Sodom were taken away from the earth, so will all those who worship idols be taken away. Fear not, my son Jacob. Be not dismayed, son of Abraham. May the Most High Elohim preserve you from destruction, and may he deliver you from all paths of error. This house have I built for myself, that I might put my name on it in the earth. It is given to you and to your offspring forever, and it will be named the house of Abraham. It is given to you and your offspring forever, for you will build my house and establish my name before Elohim forever. Your offspring and your name will stand throughout all generations of the earth. He ceased commanding him and blessed him. The two lay together on one bed, and Jacob slept in the embracing arms of Abraham, his father's father, and he kissed him 7 times, and his affection in his heart rejoiced over him. He blessed him with all his heart, and said, The Most High Elohim, the Elohim of all, and Creator of all, who brought me out from Ur of the Chaldees, that he might give me this land to inherit forever, that I might establish a holy offspring. Blessed be the Most High forever. And he blessed Jacob, and said, May your grace and your mercy be lifted up on my son, over whom I rejoice with all my heart and my affection, and on his offspring always. Do not forsake him, nor diminish him from now on to the days of eternity, and may your eyes be opened on him and on his offspring, that you may preserve him and bless him, and may sanctify him as a nation for your inheritance. Bless him with all your blessings from now to all the days of eternity, and renew your covenant and your grace with him, and with his offspring according to all your good pleasure, to all the generations of the earth. Chapter 23. He placed Jacob's 2 fingers on his eyes, and he blessed the Elohim of Elohims, and he covered his face and stretched out his feet, and slept the sleep of eternity, and was gathered to his fathers. Abraham died. In spite of all this, Jacob was lying in his embracing arms, and knew not that Abraham, his father's father, was dead. Jacob awoke from his sleep, and realized Abraham was cold as ice, and he said, "Father, Father!" But there was no answer, and he knew that he was dead. He arose from his embracing arms, and ran and told Rebekah his mother, and Rebekah went to Isaac in the night, and told him that they were together, and Jacob with them, and a lamp was in his hand, and when they had gone in, they found Abraham lying dead. Isaac fell on the face of his father, and wept, and kissed him. Ishmael, his son, heard the voices in the house of Abraham, and he arose, and went to Abraham his father, and wept over Abraham his father, he and all the house of Abraham, and they wept greatly. His sons, Isaac and Ishmael, buried him in the double cave, near Sarah his wife, and all the men of his house, and Isaac and Ishmael, and all their sons, and all the sons of Keturah, in their places wept for him 40 days, and then the days of weeping for Abraham were ended. 40 days? Verse 8, he lived 3 jubilees and 4 weeks of years, 175 years, and completed the days of his life, being old and full of days. For the days of the lives of their forefathers were 19 jubilees, and after the flood they began to grow less than 19 jubilees, and to decrease in jubilees, and to grow old quickly, and to be full of their days, because of the many types of hardships and the wickedness of their ways, with the exception of Abraham. For Abraham was perfect in all his deeds with the Elohim, and well-pleasing in righteousness all the days of his life. Yet he did not complete 4 jubilees in his life, when he had grown old, because of the wickedness of the world, and was full of his days. All the generations which shall rise from this time until the day of the great judgment shall grow old quickly, before they complete 2 jubilees, and their knowledge shall forsake them because of their old age, and all their knowledge shall vanish away. In those days, if a man lives 1.5 jubilee of years, they shall say regarding him, he has lived long, and the greater part of his days are pain and sorrow and hardship, and there is no peace, for calamity follows on calamity, and wound on wound, and hardship on hardship, and evil deeds on evil deeds, and illness on illness, and all judgments of destruction, such as these, piled one on another, illness and overthrow, and snow and frost and ice, and fever and chills, and mental and physical incapacity, and famine, and death, and sword, and captivity, and all kinds of calamities and pain. All of these shall come on an evil generation which transgresses on the earth. Their works are uncleanness and fornication and pollution and abominations. Then they shall say, the days of the forefathers were many, lasting 1,000 years, and were good. But the days of our lives, if a man lives a long life, are 80 years and 10, and if he is strong, 80 years, and those evil. And there is no peace in the days of this evil generation. In that generation the sons shall convict their fathers and their elders of sin and unrighteousness, and of the words of their mouths, and the great wickedness which they perform, and concerning their forsaking the covenant which the Elohim made between them and him. They shall observe and do all his commandments, and his ordinances, and all his laws, without departing either to the right hand or to the left. For all have done evil, and every mouth speaks sinfully, and all their works are unclean and an abomination, and all their ways are pollution, uncleanness, and destruction. The earth shall be destroyed because of all their works, and there shall be no fruit of the vine, and no oil, for their actions are altogether faithless, and they shall all perish together, beast and cattle, and birds, and all the fish of the sea, because of the children of men. They shall quarrel with one another, the young with the old, and the old with the young, the poor with the rich, the lowly with the great, and the beggar with the prince, because of the law and the covenant. For they have forsaken the commandments and covenant, and feasts, and months, and Sabbaths, and jubilees, and all judgments. They shall use swords and war to turn them back to the way, but they shall not return until much blood has been shed on the earth, one by another. Those who have escaped shall not return from their wickedness to the way of righteousness, but they shall all raise themselves to a high status through deceit and wealth, that they may each steal all that belongs to his neighbor. And they shall name the great name of Elohim, but not in truth, and not in righteousness. And they shall defile the Holy of Holies with their uncleanness, and their corruption of their pollution. A great punishment shall come because of the deeds of this generation, and Elohim will give them over to the sword, and to the judgment, and to the slavery, and be plundered and consumed. And he will arouse the Gentile sinners against them, who have neither mercy nor compassion, and who shall respect no one, neither old nor young, nor anyone, for they are more wicked, strong, and evil than all the children of men. They shall use violence against Yisrael, and they shall violate Jacob, and much blood shall be shed on the earth, and there shall be none to gather the dead, and none to bury them. In those days they shall cry aloud, and call and pray, that they may be saved from the hand of the sinners, the Gentiles. But none shall be excluded, none shall be saved. The heads of the children shall be whiter with gray hair, and the child of 3 weeks shall appear old like a man of 100 years, and their work and worth shall be destroyed by hardships and oppression. In those days the children shall begin to study the laws, and to seek the commandments, and to return to the path of righteousness. I'm going to stop right there for a minute, gang, because as you can see, everything that is being said in these chapters that we're reading tonight is going on right now. Has anybody seen what's going on in Chicago or in Portland? Oh my goodness, Portland is disgusting. They've got naked men running around on the streets on bicycles, flopping their junk all over the place. It's absolutely disgusting what is going on there. Talk about abominations. Wow, this describes everything that's going on right now. And it's also right here what we just read just now is describing what's going on right now, because as you can see, there are more and more Torah channels showing up on YouTube. I've seen several channels now that are teaching Torah, the law, which this states that the children of men are going to be breaking Torah, breaking the commandments, breaking everything that is Yahweh. It's kind of interesting how this is just absolutely going over what is right now. Look around on your feeds. There's a lot of channels that are teaching Torah. Some of them are teaching good, some of them are not. Some of them are teaching the ways of the Jew, which we've already spoken about. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to comment on this because this is hitting really close to home right now. Oh, okay. Verse 27. The days shall begin to grow many and increase among those children of men until their days draw close to 1,000 years, and to a great number of years than before age was recorded. There shall be neither old man nor one who is aged, for all shall be as children and youths. All their days shall be full, and they shall live in peace and in joy, and there shall be neither Satan nor any evil destroyer, because all their days shall be days of blessing and healing. Oh, I pray. Oh my goodness, all this wickedness that's on the earth right now, I pray that it's destroyed. Verse 30. And at that time the Elohim will heal his servants, and they shall rise up and see great peace, and drive out their adversaries. The righteous shall understand and be thankful, and rejoice with joy forever and ever. And they shall see all their judgments and all their curses enacted on their enemies. Their bones shall rest in the earth, and their spirits shall have much joy, and they shall know that it is the Elohim who executes judgment, and shows mercy to hundreds and thousands, and to all that love him. Moses, write down these words. Moshe, write down these words. Write them and record them on the heavenly tablets for a testimony for the generations forever. Chapter 24. It happened after the death of Abraham that the Elohim blessed Isaac his son, who arose from Hebron, and went and dealt at the well of the vision in the first year of the 3rd week of this Jubilee, 7 years. In the first year of the 4th week, a famine began in the land, beside the first famine, which had been in the days of Abraham. Jacob made lentil soup, and Esau came from the field hungry. He said to Jacob his brother, "Give me some of this red soup." Jacob said to him, "Sell to me your birthright, and I will give you bread, and also some of this lentil soup." And Esau said in his heart, "If I shall die, what good is my birthright to me?" He said to Jacob, "I give it to you." And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he swore to him. And Jacob gave his brother Esau bread and soup, and he ate until he was satisfied. And Esau despised his birthright. For this reason was Esau's name called Edom, which means red, because of the red soup which Jacob had given him for his birthright. And Jacob became the elder, and Esau was brought down from his dignity. The famine covered the land, and Isaac departed to go down into Egypt in the 2nd year of this week, and went down to the king of the Philistines to Gerar, into the presence of Abimelech. The Elohim appeared to him and said to him, "Do not go down into Egypt, into Mitzrayim. Dwell in the land that I shall tell you of, and sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and to your offspring will I give all this land, and I will establish my oath which I swore to Abraham your father, and I will multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven, and will give to you offspring, and to give to your offspring all this land. And into your offspring shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because your father obeyed my voice, and kept my ways, and my commandments, and my laws, and my ordinances, and my covenant. And now do as you are told, and dwell in this land." And he dwelt in Gerar 3 weeks of years. And Abimelech commanded concerning him, and concerning all that was his, saying, "Any man that shall touch him or anything that is his shall surely die." Isaac grew strong among the Philistines, And he got many possessions, oxen and sheep and camels and donkeys and a great household. He sowed in the land of the Philistines and brought in 100-fold. And Isaac became very great, and the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells that the servants of Abraham had dug during the life of Abraham, the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham and filled them with dirt. And Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go from us, for you are much mightier than we." And Isaac departed from that place in the first year of the 7th week, and sojourned in the valley of Gerar. And they dug the wells of water again, which the servants of Abraham his father had dug, and which the Philistines had filled after the death of Abraham his father. And he called their names as Abraham his father had named them. The servants of Isaac dug a well in the valley, and found fresh, flowing water, and the shepherds of Gerar bickered with the shepherds of Isaac, saying, "The water is ours." Isaac called the name of the well Perversity, because they had been perverse with us. And they dug a second well, and they found for that also, and he called its name Enmity. He left that place, and there they dug another well, and for that they did not fight, and he called the name of it Room. And Isaac said, "Now the Elohim has made room for us, and we have increased in the land." And he went up from that place to the well of the oath in the first year of the 1st week, in the 44th Jubilee. The Elohim appeared to him in the night of the new moon of the 1st month, and said to him, "I am the Elohim of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you, and shall bless you, and shall surely multiply your offspring as the sand of the earth, for the sake of Abraham my servant." And he built an altar there, which Abraham his father had first built, and he called on the name of the Elohim. And he offered a sacrifice to Yahweh of Abraham his father. They dug a well, and they found fresh, flowing water. The servants of Isaac dug another well, and did not find water. And they went and told Isaac that they had not found water. And Isaac said, "I have sworn this day to the Philistines, and this thing has been announced to us." And he called the name of that place the Well of the Oath, because there he had sworn to Abimelech and Azarath his friend, and also to Pekal, who was the commander, and his host. Isaac knew that day that he had sworn to them under pressure to make peace with them. On that day Isaac cursed the Philistines and said, "Cursed be the Philistines to the day of wrath and indignation from among all nations. May Elohim make them a disdain and a curse and an object of anger and indignation in the hands of the Gentile sinners and in the hands of the Kittim. Whoever escapes the sword of the enemy and the Kittim, may the righteous nation root them out in judgment from under heaven. They shall be the enemies and foes of my children throughout their generations on the earth. No part of them will remain. Not even one shall be spared on the day of wrath of judgment. The offspring of the Philistines will experience destruction, rooting out, and expulsion from the earth, and this is all that is in store for them. There shall not be a name or an offspring left on the earth for those Captorium, the seat of the Philistine state. It's their capital, Captorium. Verse 31, "For though he rises up to heaven, he shall be brought down, and though he makes himself strong on the earth, from there shall he be dragged out. And though he hides himself among the nations, even from that place shall he be rooted out. Though he descends into an abode of the dead, his condemnation shall be great, and he shall have no peace there. If he goes into captivity by the hands of those that seek his life, they shall kill him on the way to his imprisonment, and neither his name nor offspring shall be left on all the earth. Into an eternal curse shall he depart. It is written and engraved concerning him on the heavenly tablets, that on the day of judgment he will be rooted out of the earth. And that's chapter 24. Wow. Wow, does that hit close to home? Wow. Whew. Some of that is in 2 Timothy chapter 3. Some of that is in Revelation. Some of that is in Matthew 24. And all of it's in the prophets. Wow, there's a lot there. And a reality check. Watch what's going on with all these Antifa riots. Watch, because there is some wickedness going on there. They are wicked, nasty, totally, it's so disgusting. It's unbelievable. And they've got children down there with them too. Amongst all those naked, nasty sodomites, there's children amongst them. Remember what we were talking about. Abominations of the flesh. These sexual deviants. Throughout the history of the Bible, every time that a society has gone twisted like that, they're destroyed. They are destroyed. And we can see it all through the Bible. Yeah. So anyone that's wondering if the United States is Mystery Babylon, I would say that there's a pretty good chance. Yeah. Time to wake up, gang. Time to get your family to repent. It's time to start to study Yah's Word and follow Yah's laws, commandments. Yeah. The Torah. It's time to learn. But be careful who you're learning from. Okay, because like I said, there's some good channels out there that are teaching solid Torah. And there's other channels out there that are corrupt. Totally corrupt. Anybody that you hear of that's giving all kinds of praise to Israel, Israel is an abomination right now. They are having sodomite parades in the streets of Jerusalem, the city that Yahweh put his name on. They're having sodomite parades there. So anybody that's talking up Israel is not Yisrael. Yisrael are the sons of Jacob, who is the son of Isaac, who is the son of Abraham, who is the son of Adam. I know there's a lot of generations between Adam and Abraham, but the bloodlines are a thing, okay? Do your own study. Don't follow corrupt pastors. Do your own studies. Anybody that tells you that the original covenant no longer is in effect, they are teaching false teachings. Okay? Don't let them dissuade you. Don't let them try to convince you that it no longer matters, because it does. The teachings of Yehoshua are the Torah. That's what he taught. That's what he lived. And that's why he fought with the Pharisees, is because they have their own doctrines and their own dogmas. They established the Talmud in Babylon during the captivity, and that's what they follow. And these so-called Jews, who knows if they're even of the bloodline of Judah? Who knows? Can they follow their genealogies? Who knows? Are they just spouting? Probably. They're not Levitic priests. These ceremonies that they're doing are abominations. Everything that's going on in Israel is not good. They're committing genocide. Wow. And according to what I'm hearing, the people that they're genociding, might actually be the bloodline of the children of Yisrael. I know, shock. Bzzz. Some people are going to lose their minds over that. But it makes sense. It makes sense that the Zionists want to destroy the bloodline of the children of Yisrael, because the Zionists are corrupt. Yeah. There's a lot to learn, gang. There's a lot to learn and a lot of knowledge that you need to be seeking and praying over. Discernment. Pray for discernment. And Yahweh will show you the truth. And the truth will set you free. It absolutely will. Alright, gang. That's all I've got for tonight. We'll see you on our midweek Bible study for our next study in Leviticus. This study goes right along with Exodus. It follows Exodus really, really close, and it adds a lot of color to Exodus so that you get a better understanding of what is going on with Abraham and his sons, along with what happens with Moshe and the children of Israel. Okay, gang. That's it. I hope y'all have a blessed week. May Yahweh bless everything that you attempt to do that is in righteousness. Okay? And we will see you on the midweek Bible study. Alright? Alright. Shalom.